Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Haze Reverb update. This week is a very short update, only one new banner, but we did get confirmation that the collab for Chain Soldier is going to start next week after the maintenance. So most of this video we'll talk about the collab, but before that let's just briefly get into the current banner, which is Evgenia. So Evgenia is a heavy unit. She's designed to counteract guard units, right? She deals more damage to guard units from from a normal attack, and then if she kills a guard unit, she will do damage to everyone, similar to what you would experience with Morgan and Alvida, except it's for guards, right? And also, if she kills a guard enemy, she will stun all the enemies. Now, just keep note, this is at rank 10. I mean, the EX abilities won't change, but the rest of the abilities are at rank 10. So she will be weaker at lower ranks, of course. Now, she skips her charge phase after her normal attack. And that is nice, but she still has to skip her first turn, because she is a heavy unit, so she comes with the disadvantages of that, which means she has to skip her first turn still. And that is bad because it leaves her vulnerable to just getting killed or charmed or something like that, and just not doing anything, right? There's a whole turn where she just does nothing. And that is her biggest weakness. And if she was going to be like a good counter to guards, I think people would have already started using her against Hlock, which is the main unit that people are having trouble with, of course. But she's currently not the answer, in my opinion. There's just not enough heavy support to really make her work. So I personally would say skip her, especially with the collab coming up anyway. And if you really want her later on, you can always pick her up from the customized banner here, right? She's already available in here because she's been there since the start of the game, right? You can always pick her up here. So I would say save your currency for the next few weeks, because there's probably going to be multiple limited units to pick up. Dolores is still available for one more week. I personally think that she is skippable if you just are lacking currency, like you don't have enough tickets, you don't have shop points, you don't have crystals, right? Then just skip her. But if you can afford her, I would say pick up one copy just in case, because she is a limited unit. I think it's always worth picking up limited units in case they are useful later on, because otherwise you're going to wait for them to be rerun, and who knows when that will be. I would say the limited units are more likely to be rerun at least than collabs, so I would say make sure you get the collabs first. Right, now I want to talk a bit more in detail about collabs, right, because I think this is going to be quite important. Right, now the first unit that they teased was Alba, and Alba is not even a main character, so this is a little surprising. But yeah, she is the first unit that they teased, and she's going to be an assault type. We don't know her kit yet, so we'll see that probably next week, and I'll discuss it then whether I think she's good or not. But even if she's bad, I would say still pick up one copy of her, right? And then the second unit that was teased actually just today, is Himari. And Himari is one of the main characters in part of the main squad that the show is, or the anime is based around. And she's going to be a heavy unit. Now, hopefully, this might be a unit that will make heavies more usable, right? We'll see how that is either next week or the week after, depending on which order they release them in. My guess is that because it's going to be a 2-week duration for part 1, I believe that Alba and Himari will be released during the first 2 weeks. It might be separated, one banner on each week. Most likely that will be the case. But I think you should pick up both of them, most likely. Even if they're bad, I would say pick them up because they are limited collab units. And the reason why I say this is because in a lot of games that have had collabs, right? And I've played a lot of different gacha games. It is very rare that the collabs are rerun. There are some that have been rerun, but it's usually there's some reason why they are going, like, you know, rewriting again. Usually it's something like they're going to release a new season of the anime or something like that. And Chain Soldier, you know, is even an example here. They're having a second season coming up pretty soon, and you know, these sort of collabs are there to build up some hype about it, right? And if there's, like, let's say Chain Soldier no longer gets any more seasons, no season 3 or anything, then it's very unlikely we'll see another collab for them. So this is basically realistically your one chance to pick up these units. So I would always recommend picking up collab units in any game, right? You can apply this to pretty much any game. Another example is Epic 7 is another game that I've been playing. I did take a break for a couple of years because I was playing Artillery Gear and I didn't have time for too many games at that time. So I quit Epic 7 for a little while. And during those couple of years that I was away from the game, I have returned to it after Artillery Gear closed down. But basically, I missed out on, I believe, like 2 or 3 collabs, right? And none of those collabs have been rerun, and it's not looking like they will ever come back. So I missed out on a lot of units and artifacts in that game that, you know, are still pretty good, right? Or some of them are good, and it's just a bummer to miss out on those units. So, you know, we don't know how long Haze Reverb is going to last. I don't feel like the income for the game is that high, but you know, hopefully we'll have like 1 or 2 years at least, and you know, it's a good idea to pick up those collabs, you know, just in case, right? You know, just in case we never get another one again. And that is pretty much it for this week. So I think it's enough rambling about you know, all the collab stuff, right? We'll have more to talk about next week, so I'm going to leave it there. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.